Hello friends. Let's talk about a zodiac sign that defies every rulebook when it comes to business, Aquarius. The visionary, the rebel, the thinker, and sometimes, the misunderstood genius sitting 2 steps ahead of everyone else. When it comes to entrepreneurship, leadership, and innovation, Aquarius isn't just participating in the game, they're redesigning the board. So, who is Aquarius in the world of business, and what makes them such a magnetic force for progress? Let's dive deep into the psyche of this enigmatic air sign through 7 defining aspects. After watching, if you'd like to support the channel, click the Thanks button right under this video or use the donation alerts link in the description. Your support really helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for being here. Now let's continue. The visionary architect of the future. If business were a vast, sprawling city, Aquarius would be the architect standing at its highest tower, sketching plans that no one else dares to imagine. Their mind doesn't just work with the present, it bends time, weaving threads of tomorrow into the fabric of now. The Aquarian vision of success is never limited to quarterly results or annual projections. It's about reshaping the system itself, designing new frameworks that feel more like revolutions than business models. They don't just predict the future, they build it, one radical idea at a time. When an Aquarius entrepreneur walks into a boardroom, the air subtly shifts. Conversations move from short-term profits to planetary sustainability, from market shares to human welfare. This isn't just idealism, it's strategy. Aquarians instinctively understand that the most valuable currency in business isn't money but innovation, and innovation only thrives when imagination is free from the gravity of convention. They question everything. Why do we work this way? What if we could replace hierarchy with collaboration? What if companies weren't just entities but living organisms that evolve with their people? Their ruling planet, Uranus, gifts them a restlessness that borders on divine rebellion. While others build safe roads, Aquarius builds portals. Their ventures often look risky at first glance, sometimes even impossible, but history tends to prove them right. They're the early adopters, the trendsetters, the ones who invest in technologies long before the rest of the world even learns how to spell them. Artificial intelligence, renewable energy, clean tech, digital ethics, social entrepreneurship, these are not just buzzwords to an Aquarian. They are stepping stones toward a more awakened economy. But this visionary quality doesn't come from thin air. It comes from an almost mystical combination of intellect and empathy. Aquarius doesn't innovate just for novelty. They innovate to solve something, to heal something. They are the humanitarian entrepreneurs who dream of creating solar villages in developing countries or platforms that democratize education. In their mind, profit without purpose is just noise. Every company they build carries a silent manifesto. Business should serve humanity, not dominate it. If you've ever met an Aquarian founder, you'll recognize the glint in their eyes, a mixture of madness and method. They are rarely content with good enough. A software that works isn't enough, it must also change the way people think. A product that sells isn't enough, it must redefine how society interacts with technology or the planet. Their curiosity is insatiable. They stay up late reading about quantum computing, sustainable materials, or global psychology, constantly feeding that electric brain with new inputs. They are perpetual learners who refuse to plateau. Aquarius thrives in the startup world because it mirrors their spirit, fast, disruptive, idealistic. In a boardroom full of cautious strategists, they're the ones sketching ideas on the whiteboard that sound like science fiction. But what's fascinating is that, a decade later, those same ideas often become mainstream. When they talk about colonizing Mars, automating education, or building AI that can understand emotion, they're not joking, they're predicting. And whether or not they achieve it in their lifetime, they plant seeds that others eventually water. Still, their path is far from smooth. The same detachment that fuels their genius can make them seem distant or eccentric. Investors might call them unrealistic, colleagues might call them impractical, yet Aquarius sees what others can't, the invisible trends forming beneath the surface of society. They're allergic to stagnation and refuse to play it safe, which makes them both exhilarating and exhausting business partners. But for those who can keep up, the rewards are extraordinary. They get to participate in building the next era. When Aquarius designs a company, they design it like a civilization, full of freedom, diversity, and self-expression. Hierarchies feel suffocating to them. They prefer fluid structures where creativity flows horizontally, not vertically. They'd rather empower employees to think like entrepreneurs than control them through micromanagement. And because they believe in collective intelligence, they tend to attract brilliant, unconventional thinkers who share their hunger for progress. An Aquarian CEO is the type who replaces corner offices with shared innovation hubs. They encourage open debates, wild experiments, and honest disagreement. To them, conformity is death, and questioning the system is the beginning of growth. That's why many Aquarian-led companies feel more like movements than corporations. They have missions that transcend their products. Tesla, SpaceX, or even media empires like OWN reflect that same spirit. The will to rewrite the narrative rather than simply succeed within it. Financially, Aquarius is paradoxical. They care deeply about global impact yet often forget about personal wealth. Money, for them, is a tool, a means to amplify ideas, not to accumulate status. They'll reinvest profits into research, sustainability, or social causes, sometimes frustrating investors who crave short-term returns. Yet, history often proves that their long game pays off. They build not just companies but legacies. Their sense of rebellion also makes them cultural trailblazers. They question why businesses exploit instead of empower, why success is measured in consumption rather than contribution. This makes them powerful voices in the era of conscious capitalism, ESG investing, and ethical innovation. They're the first to call out greenwashing, the first to advocate for digital privacy, and the first to imagine a world where profit and planet coexist. The Aquarian businessperson doesn't seek followers, they seek thinkers. Their ideal team is made of dreamers, inventors, and misfits who refuse to conform. They love debates, especially the ones that challenge their own ideas. For them, intellectual friction is not a threat but a spark. That's how revolutions begin, not with agreement, but with creative tension. Yet, beneath all this cerebral electricity lies a deep sense of compassion. Aquarius may appear detached, but they're profoundly motivated by collective well-being. They are the ones who donate anonymously, build foundations for underprivileged communities, or mentor young innovators. Their empathy isn't loud, it's structural. They embed kindness into the architecture of their companies. Their energy is contagious. To work with an Aquarius is to constantly oscillate between awe and confusion. One moment you're discussing quarterly revenue. The next, you're exploring how blockchain could fight corruption in developing nations. They stretch the boundaries of business conversation until it feels like philosophy. And in that stretch, magic happens. What sets them apart from other signs is their ability to think both globally and individually. They can design systems for billions and still care about one employee's mental health. They see patterns where others see noise, opportunities where others see obstacles. This perspective allows them to thrive in crisis, because change doesn't scare them, it excites them. Every Aquarian entrepreneur has a love affair with the impossible. They are drawn to ideas that make people laugh at first, because they know that laughter often precedes acceptance. They live for that moment when skepticism turns into belief, when "no one can do this" transforms into "we did it." Their ambition isn't fueled by ego but by the thrill of progress. And progress, to Aquarius, is sacred. It's their religion. It's the pulse that keeps them moving through failures, rejections, and reinventions. They don't fear starting over because their identity is not tied to one success. Their true wealth lies in their capacity to imagine anew. In business, Aquarius teaches the world an invaluable lesson: that vision without courage is just a dream, and courage without vision is just motion. They embody the fusion of both. They are the visionary architects not just of companies, but of futures, futures where profit aligns with ethics, where innovation respects humanity, and where every business decision carries a whisper of revolution. To understand Aquarius in business is to understand that tomorrow is already here, it just takes someone brave enough to draw its blueprint today. And more often than not, that someone has the unmistakable mark of Aquarius written in their stars. The intuitive innovator, thinking beyond logic. Most people in business depend on spreadsheets, projections, and data models. Aquarius reads those too, but they read between the lines. Their brilliance lies not in following logic blindly, but in letting logic become the instrument of something far greater, intuition. Their mind functions like a lightning storm, ideas flashing from nowhere, charging the air with unpredictable brilliance. Where others need endless analysis, Aquarius simply knows. They can feel where a trend will move, sense where technology will evolve, and intuitively grasp what the world will want before the world itself does. Their intuition is not some mystical abstraction, it's a refined instinct, a blend of intellect, empathy, and pattern recognition sharpened over time. Aquarius absorbs vast information unconsciously: global politics, technological shifts, psychology, even the subtle emotional climate of society. Then, as if struck by divine impulse, they connect those invisible dots into something coherent, revolutionary, and almost prophetic. Their mind is not linear, it's quantum. It jumps from possibility to possibility, collapsing ideas into reality the moment they commit to them. This is what makes Aquarius one of the rare thinkers who can merge logic with feeling, science with imagination, data with vision. They are natural-born synthesizers. Give them chaos, and they'll find the thread that ties it together. Give them a system, and they'll spot its flaw before it fails. They are fascinated not by what is, but by what could be. In the world of business, this quality makes them invaluable. While others debate metrics, Aquarius senses opportunity through energy, not statistics. They'll feel that a product needs a different story before customer surveys confirm it. They'll sense when an industry is on the verge of disruption long before analysts issue reports. To them, the market is not a machine. It's an organism with moods, emotions, and rhythms. And Aquarius knows how to read those rhythms like a musician reading the pulse of a song. Picture a brainstorming session in a sleek glass boardroom. The conversation has stalled. The team is running in circles. Then Aquarius speaks. It's not a fully formed plan. It's a spark. An unfiltered, audacious idea that seems to defy all logic. People laugh, hesitate, doubt. But as the hours pass, their words start to make sense. The impossible becomes plausible, and by the time the meeting ends, everyone is sketching strategies around what once sounded like madness. That's the Aquarian way: disruption that first confuses, then transforms. They are inventors who treat ideas as living beings. When inspiration hits, they move fast, almost possessed by vision. They sketch, experiment, prototype, revise, not because someone demands it, but because their inner compass won't let them rest. They trust their intuition even when it contradicts conventional wisdom, and this courage often leads to breakthroughs. Some of history's most unconventional business moves came from that same Aquarian pulse: risk without fear, innovation without permission. Aquarius thrives at the intersection of art and logic. They understand that emotion sells but structure sustains. They know when to listen to numbers and when to override them. They can take something as abstract as human creativity and wrap it into a scalable model that works in the real world. That's what makes them exceptional strategists and consultants. They don't just see what's missing, they see what wants to exist. To an Aquarian innovator, creativity isn't a separate act, it's their mode of thinking. They treat every business challenge like a canvas. Spreadsheets become stories, data points become patterns, algorithms become art. And because they value intuition as much as logic, they're often the ones pioneering products that blend human experience with technological progress. They are the architects of empathy-driven innovation: AI that cares, systems that understand, solutions that feel alive. However, this same creative force makes them allergic to stagnation. Once an idea has been executed, Aquarius loses interest. Their mind is already moving to the next evolution, the next possibility. Managing them is like holding wind in your hands. You can't control it, you can only guide it. They resist micromanagement, despise bureaucracy, and detest anything that dulls the edge of originality. They'll respect a leader who trusts their instincts but rebel against one who demands conformity. Freedom isn't a perk for them, it's oxygen. That's the irony of the Aquarian innovator. They crave community but reject authority. They want to collaborate but only within spaces that allow authentic thought. Give them trust, and they'll deliver brilliance. Box them in, and they'll vanish emotionally, working mechanically but without their signature spark. The best leaders for Aquarius understand this paradox. They offer open parameters, shared purpose, and space to experiment. Once Aquarius feels ownership over an idea, their creativity explodes into results that no spreadsheet could have predicted. Aquarius operates with what can only be described as emotional intelligence for ideas. They sense the vibe of innovation. They know when timing feels right, when an audience is emotionally ready for something new, and when a company's culture is quietly suffocating creativity. They can walk into a room and instantly sense where the energy is stagnant. Then, through subtle shifts, an inspiring question, a bold challenge, a spark of humor, they change the current. Their way of thinking beyond logic doesn't mean they ignore facts. It means they use logic as the canvas and intuition as the paint. For them, innovation is not born from data alone. It's born from daring to trust invisible insight. Many Aquarians have stories of acting on gut instincts that later turned into massive success stories, launching a product before trends confirmed demand, or pivoting direction moments before disaster struck. It's not luck, it's awareness at a deeper frequency. In a corporate world obsessed with predictability, Aquarius is the necessary chaos. They break patterns, question norms, and ignite curiosity. Their ideas are often a decade too early, which means they endure skepticism long before they get praise. But they don't mind being misunderstood. To them, being misunderstood is just evidence of being ahead. When Aquarius leads, their team often feels like part of an experiment rather than an organization. And that's exactly how they want it. They encourage brainstorming marathons, emotional honesty, and radical transparency. No idea is too crazy becomes their unofficial motto. They turn mistakes into lessons, setbacks into prototypes, and uncertainty into a playground for imagination. This constant push for originality can make others uncomfortable, especially those who crave stability. Aquarius understands that discomfort is the birthplace of discovery. They'd rather navigate chaos than stagnate in order. To them, logic without innovation is a dead language, a repetitive loop that traps human potential. Aquarius teaches that intuition is not the opposite of reason, it's reason evolved. It's the part of the mind that has learned to move faster than words, faster than calculation. It's the knowing that comes before the knowing. And that's what separates good business leaders from transformative ones. Ultimately, Aquarius reminds the business world that innovation doesn't come from perfection, it comes from trust. Trust in your instincts, your vision, your madness. The Aquarian innovator proves that thinking beyond logic isn't recklessness, it's artistry. It's seeing reality not as it is, but as it could be. And every time they follow that inner voice, the world catches up, one breakthrough at a time. When the history of entrepreneurship is written, Aquarius won't just be remembered as strategists or inventors. They'll be remembered as the ones who made intuition fashionable again. The ones who showed that the future isn't built through algorithms alone, but through imagination tuned to a higher frequency. They think beyond logic not because they reject it, but because they understand its limits, and it's in transcending those limits that true innovation is born. Emotional detachment, the secret business superpower. In the world of business, emotions run high. Markets rise and fall, negotiations get heated, egos clash, and fear can dominate decision-making. But in the middle of that emotional turbulence stands Aquarius, calm, collected, and curiously unaffected. Emotional detachment for this sign is not apathy, it's clarity. It's the rare ability to see the storm without becoming the storm. To them, chaos is just data in motion, and emotion, while deeply human, is something to be understood, not obeyed. Imagine a trading floor during a market crash. Panic spreads like wildfire. Phones ring, faces pale, investors shout. Yet, somewhere in that sea of chaos, the Aquarian remains eerily serene. They analyze patterns rather than panic about losses. They don't cling to what's gone. They ask, what's next? That detachment allows them to pivot before others can even process what happened. They're not cold, they're simply tuned into a different frequency, one that prizes perspective over panic. This emotional composure is one of Aquarius's greatest business weapons. When everyone else is reacting, they're responding. When others get defensive, they stay objective. They treat emotional intensity as information, signals that need decoding rather than fuel for impulsive behavior. In high-stress environments, this makes them the voice of reason, the strategist who brings balance to chaos. While others drown in feelings, Aquarius stays above water, scanning for solutions. Their air sign intellect gives them the rare skill of emotional compartmentalization. They can care deeply about people or projects, yet still make the hard calls when necessary. Firing someone, ending a partnership, or walking away from a deal doesn't shake them to the core. They understand that emotion can cloud judgment, and business, at its essence, demands clarity. That doesn't mean they lack empathy, it means they know when empathy becomes bias. But there's a subtle artistry in how they use this detachment. It's not about suppressing feelings but channeling them productively. They can feel disappointment, but instead of wallowing, they analyze it. What went wrong? What did I miss? How do I make it better next time? They process emotion through intellect, turning heartbreak into hypothesis. This habit of translating emotion into insight makes them astonishingly resilient. In leadership, that resilience is magnetic. Employees look to them during crises, drawn to their unwavering steadiness. Their calm presence communicates something powerful: we're going to be fine. It's not arrogance, it's conviction rooted in logic. And that's often enough to keep morale afloat when everything else seems to be sinking. Yet, here lies the paradox of Aquarius. The same emotional detachment that empowers them can also isolate them. Colleagues may misinterpret their composure as coldness, mistaking their quiet analysis for indifference. In truth, Aquarius feels deeply, but their emotional life flows inward, rarely spilling outward. They process empathy as understanding rather than display. They care through action, not sentimentality. To the untrained eye, that can appear robotic, when in reality, it's controlled compassion. This dynamic can sometimes cause friction. An Aquarius manager who remains calm during layoffs might be perceived as lacking humanity, even if they lose sleep over the decision. Their struggle isn't a lack of emotion, it's an overabundance of awareness. They feel everything, but they refuse to let those feelings interfere with their judgment. They understand that leadership means standing still when others tremble, and that sometimes kindness lies in clarity, not comfort. Emotional detachment gives Aquarius a nearly scientific view of human behavior. They observe people with curiosity, studying motivations, fears, and desires like an anthropologist in a corporate jungle. They can sense when someone's decisions stem from insecurity, when ego drives a meeting off course, or when emotion hides beneath logic. This insight allows them to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics with elegance. They don't react to manipulation, they diagnose it. That's why Aquarian leaders often excel in negotiations. They don't get baited by provocation or flattery. They maintain equilibrium, reading their counterpart like a chessboard, anticipating moves without revealing emotion. Their poker face is legendary. But what truly distinguishes them is not deception, it's neutrality. Their goal isn't to win at any cost, it's to find the smartest, most efficient outcome. Emotional distance allows them to see win-win possibilities where others only see battle lines. In the age of data-driven decisions, Aquarius is the perfect embodiment of emotional intelligence redefined. They prove that emotional intelligence isn't about being emotional, it's about being aware. They understand emotion without drowning in it. They acknowledge feeling but let reason steer the wheel. This blend of self-control and empathy creates a type of intelligence that modern business desperately needs: the ability to remain human in an increasingly volatile world without becoming a prisoner to passion. However, this strength requires balance. If left unchecked, Aquarius's detachment can harden into cynicism. Their habit of intellectualizing emotion might make them overanalyze what should simply be felt. Love, loyalty, joy, these can become case studies instead of experiences. When this happens, they risk alienating those who seek emotional warmth from them. Partners may find them distant. Employees may see them as unreachable. The growth of Aquarius lies in remembering that vulnerability is not weakness, it's connection. When they allow small cracks in their intellectual armor, they invite others to trust them more deeply. They don't have to abandon logic to embrace compassion, they only need to translate it into language others can feel. When an Aquarian leader learns to say, "I understand how this feels," instead of just, "Here's how we fix it," they evolve from strategist to visionary mentor. Their calmness also carries a quiet wisdom about impermanence. Because they don't cling emotionally to outcomes, Aquarius moves through failure and success with equal grace. They celebrate achievements but don't become enslaved by them. They mourn losses but don't let them define their trajectory. They see business as a living cycle, expansion, contraction, reinvention, and their detachment allows them to move fluidly through each phase. In moments of crisis, they are the anchor. When others are caught in emotional whirlwinds, Aquarius can stabilize the team simply by existing, by exuding that unshakable sense that everything is figure-outable. They're the ones who walk into a room full of tension and dissolve it with logic, humor, or a single well-timed insight. They make others feel safe, not because they promise comfort, but because they embody control. For entrepreneurs, this trait becomes their shield. Investors, competitors, and markets can't easily manipulate them through fear or excitement. They don't chase trends impulsively, they wait for confirmation through reason. This gives them longevity. Where emotional players burn out quickly, Aquarius endures. And yet, the irony remains. Their power comes from caring strategically. They care enough to want improvement but not enough to be blinded by emotion. They can love their team but still restructure it. They can adore a product but still kill it if it no longer serves its purpose. This emotional objectivity allows them to keep evolving, unshackled by nostalgia or ego. Ultimately, Aquarius shows that emotional detachment is not about feeling less, it's about understanding more. It's the ability to step back far enough to see the whole picture, to make decisions that honor both logic and humanity. In business, this makes them irreplaceable. They don't lead through dominance but through composure, through that quiet certainty that even in uncertainty, there is order to be found. So when the world panics, Aquarius breathes. When others react, Aquarius recalibrates. Their secret power isn't emotionless control, it's emotional mastery. They remind us that true strength lies not in being unaffected, but in being undisturbed. Because when you can remain calm amid chaos, you don't just survive the storm, you learn to direct the wind. The network builder, community over competition. For Aquarius, business isn't a battlefield, it's a constellation. Each connection is a star, and together they form systems of meaning, creativity, and progress. While others chase power through competition, Aquarius seeks influence through collaboration. They know instinctively that no single mind, no matter how brilliant, can outperform the synergy of many. To them, collaboration isn't an accessory to success, it is success. It's how ideas evolve, how innovation accelerates, how industries transform from static hierarchies into living, breathing ecosystems of exchange. Their approach to networking is different from anything the traditional business world teaches. They don't collect contacts, they cultivate energy. Every meeting, every message, every partnership is treated like a conversation between universes. Aquarius connects not to get something, but to create something. They seek resonance, not transaction. When they meet someone new, they don't think, "How can this person benefit me?" They think, "What could we build together?" That shift in mindset changes everything. In the boardroom, at a startup meetup, or in an online forum, Aquarius radiates curiosity. They ask questions that disarm the usual corporate politeness. They'll want to know what someone dreams of building, what frustrates them about the status quo, what keeps them awake at night thinking about the future. People leave conversations with Aquarius feeling seen, energized, and strangely inspired. That's because Aquarius doesn't just listen for facts, they listen for vision. They're searching for the spark of shared purpose, the click that says, "We're thinking on the same frequency." This is why Aquarius thrives in communities that value openness, experimentation, and innovation. Open source projects, think tanks, creative collectives, activist movements, online innovation hubs. In such environments, hierarchy dissolves and ideas circulate freely, just how Aquarius likes it. They prefer horizontal systems over pyramids, ecosystems over empires. In their worldview, success multiplies when shared. They believe competition wastes energy that could be spent creating together. For the Aquarian entrepreneur, building a network isn't about power, it's about possibility. They see networks as neural systems of the global brain, where each mind enhances the intelligence of the whole. That's why they're often pioneers in digital community building, from online forums that connect global changemakers to decentralized projects powered by blockchain or DAOs. The idea that collaboration can be automated, scaled, and democratized thrills them. They are architects of the collaborative age. Long before community became a marketing buzzword, Aquarius was already practicing it intuitively. They build companies that feel like movements, teams that feel like families, and partnerships that feel like shared revolutions. Their leadership style isn't command and control, it's connect and elevate. They empower people not through authority but through alignment, finding the common mission that makes everyone want to give their best. Aquarius believes that the real capital of the modern age isn't money or data, it's trust. And trust is built through transparency, equality, and shared purpose. That's why they despise politics and hidden agendas. They'll collaborate freely, but the moment manipulation enters the equation, they'll detach instantly. They protect integrity like currency because they know that once trust is broken, the entire network suffers. This is also why they often blur the line between friend and collaborator. To Aquarius, relationships are holistic. They flow between professional and personal, intellectual and emotional. They'll brainstorm over coffee at midnight, collaborate with people halfway across the world, or launch projects with complete strangers they met online because of a shared idea. Their openness is magnetic. People are drawn to their authenticity and sense of purpose. In today's digital economy, where collaboration drives innovation, Aquarius is finally in their element. The internet itself is an Aquarian invention in spirit, decentralized, democratic, collective. The rise of remote work, open innovation, crowdsourcing, and social entrepreneurship speaks directly to their nature. Aquarius is the one linking creators across continents, launching cross-disciplinary projects, and using technology to build bridges instead of borders. They understand that humanity's greatest potential lies not in isolated genius, but in shared genius. And here's the beautiful irony. Because Aquarius doesn't chase credit, they often receive it. Their willingness to uplift others makes them unforgettable. People remember the way they make them feel, respected, inspired, capable. And when the project succeeds, Aquarius often finds themselves naturally at the center of recognition, not because they demanded it, but because their contribution was undeniable. Their influence spreads quietly, like ripples on still water. If you ever work with an Aquarian entrepreneur, you'll quickly realize that they're allergic to small talk but addicted to big ideas. Expect brainstorming sessions that spiral into philosophical debates, hours spent mapping out possibilities that feel larger than life, and the kind of discussions that leave you questioning your limits. They see business as an instrument of evolution, not just personal but collective. Every collaboration is a step toward a future where people create more together than they could alone. They're also remarkably egalitarian. Aquarius doesn't believe that titles define worth. They'll treat an intern and a CEO with equal curiosity. They're less impressed by credentials than by originality. If you can think differently, if you bring a new lens to the table, Aquarius will value you. They understand that in the age of ideas, innovation can come from anywhere. This humility makes them extraordinary network builders. They attract brilliance from every corner, regardless of background or status. What truly sets them apart is their ability to see the meta-network, the invisible web that links people, ideas, and opportunities across disciplines. They might introduce a biologist to a software engineer, a filmmaker to a neuroscientist, a social worker to an investor. They intuitively sense which minds should meet, like a cosmic matchmaker for innovation. And when those connections bloom into something world-changing, Aquarius steps back, smiling, satisfied to have facilitated it. But their community-driven mindset isn't naive. Aquarius understands that not everyone plays fair. Their challenge is learning to balance openness with discernment, to protect their vision from those who mistake kindness for weakness. Over time, they become skilled at filtering out opportunists while still keeping their networks fluid and alive. They learn that boundaries are not barriers, they're frameworks that preserve trust. For Aquarius, competition feels outdated, a relic of scarcity thinking. Why compete for a slice when you can bake a bigger pie together? They know that progress accelerates when energy moves collectively, not adversarially. Yet they're not oblivious to rivalry, they simply transcend it. When competitors try to outdo them, Aquarius often responds with collaboration instead of conflict. They'll invite rivals to join forces, transforming potential tension into synergy. It's not idealism, it's strategy. They understand that cooperation outlasts competition every time. Their communication style mirrors this philosophy. Aquarius speaks in we, not I. They frame ideas as shared visions rather than personal achievements. Their language is full of inclusivity. Let's explore, we could try, how can we make this better? That verbal generosity invites participation, making everyone around them feel essential. Even their failures tend to spark communities. When an Aquarian project falters, they turn it into a learning platform, sharing what went wrong so others can improve. Their transparency transforms missteps into mentorship. In this way, Aquarius doesn't just build networks, they nurture ecosystems of resilience. Optimal zodiac signs for business partnership with Aquarius. When it comes to business partnerships, Aquarius is one of the most dynamic collaborators in the zodiac. They bring ideas that feel like glimpses of the future, strategies that challenge convention, and an energy that thrives on innovation. But while they can technically work with anyone, certain signs don't just complement Aquarius, they amplify them. These rare alignments create partnerships that feel electric, seamless, and evolution-driven, where intellect, ambition, and creativity merge into unstoppable momentum. Let's explore the zodiac allies that elevate Aquarius from visionary to legend. Gemini. When Aquarius and Gemini come together, conversation itself becomes currency. Both are air signs, which means they operate through ideas, words, and connection. But what makes their collaboration truly remarkable is the speed and flexibility of their shared minds. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, while Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet of innovation. When these two energies collide, sparks of genius fly. Gemini is endlessly curious, hopping from idea to idea like a butterfly pollinating flowers. Aquarius, on the other hand, has the big picture vision to turn those fleeting sparks into something meaningful. Together, they form a think tank of innovation. Gemini brings versatility, Aquarius brings direction. Gemini can take a half-formed Aquarian concept and give it a voice, a narrative, a way to reach people. Aquarius can take Gemini's scattered inspiration and anchor it into a plan that could change the world. In business, this duo can outthink any competitor. They intuitively understand the importance of timing, trends, and tone. They're natural at marketing, communication, and digital innovation, the kind of partners who can take an idea viral before the meeting is even over. Their brainstorming sessions are legendary, full of whiteboards, laughter, chaos, and brilliance. They challenge each other, tease each other, and build off each other's thoughts like jazz musicians trading solos. But what truly cements their strength is mutual respect for freedom. Neither tries to control the other. They both need space to explore and evolve, and they understand that instinctively. Gemini admires Aquarius's unwavering independence, while Aquarius admires Gemini's mental agility. When they unite under a shared goal, something visionary, humanitarian, or cutting edge, they create not just a business, but a movement. Libra. If Gemini is Aquarius's intellectual twin, Libra is their cosmic diplomat. This partnership is elegance meeting innovation, balance meeting rebellion. Libra brings charm, social finesse, and the gift of harmony. Aquarius brings genius, originality, and the courage to disrupt. Together, they become the perfect blend of radical ideas presented with grace. Libra understands people, their emotions, their reactions, their needs. Aquarius understands systems, how to redesign them for progress. When these two collaborate, Libra helps Aquarius's ideas land. They take Aquarius's abstract brilliance and translate it into something the world can understand and accept. Libra packages the revolution in beauty. In a corporate context, Libra smooths the edges that Aquarius doesn't notice. While Aquarius might be focused on building the future, Libra ensures that the present doesn't rebel against it. They handle negotiations, partnerships, and public relations with disarming tact. Libra's diplomacy softens Aquarius's bluntness, while Aquarius's vision gives Libra's diplomacy direction. Its form and function in perfect harmony. Together, they can launch brands that not only stand out but resonate. Libra ensures everything looks, sounds, and feels cohesive. Aquarius ensures it matters. They both care deeply about fairness and integrity, so their collaborations often have a social mission, creating beauty with purpose, design with conscience, profit with ethics. Their partnership thrives on shared ideals. Both value equality, innovation, and the betterment of humanity. While Aquarius looks to the stars, Libra ensures their feet remain gracefully on the ground. The result? Businesses that not only succeed but inspire, leading industries by example rather than dominance. Sagittarius. When Aquarius teams up with Sagittarius, the universe itself seems to expand. These two signs are united by an insatiable hunger for knowledge, adventure, and truth. Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, planet of growth and wisdom, fuels Aquarius's vision with optimism and boldness. Aquarius, in turn, gives Sagittarius's fiery enthusiasm structure and focus. This is the partnership of dreamers who dare. Sagittarius brings the fire, Aquarius brings the formula. Sagittarius will say, "Let's go there," and Aquarius will answer, "Here's how." They complement each other perfectly. One ignites, the other engineers. In business, this combination thrives on big projects that challenge the status quo. They are explorers of the mind and pioneers of industries, launching global initiatives, educational ventures, travel-related startups, or futuristic tech aimed at expanding human potential. Sagittarius keeps the mission infused with passion and adventure, while Aquarius ensures it's grounded in innovation and practicality. Their partnership is filled with laughter, late-night strategy talks, and fearless experimentation. They inspire each other constantly. Sagittarius reminds Aquarius to enjoy the journey, to not overthink, while Aquarius teaches Sagittarius how to channel their inspiration into something lasting. Their shared vision is often larger than life, humanitarian, global, revolutionary, and together, they have both the idealism and the strategy to make it real. When challenges arise, Sagittarius's optimism acts as emotional fuel for Aquarius's detached analysis. Where one might get lost in details, the other sees possibility. They pull each other forward, not out of obligation, but out of shared faith in progress. When they succeed, it's not just financial, it's spiritual. They feel like they've contributed something meaningful to the evolution of society itself. Aries. When Aquarius and Aries join forces, innovation meets ignition. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of action, drive, and courage. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet of breakthroughs, rebellion, and invention. Together, they embody the startup spirit in its purest form, daring, fast-moving, visionary, and unstoppable. Aries is the spark that turns Aquarius's ideas into motion. Aquarius is the mind that gives Aries's fire a direction. While Aquarius dreams of transforming industries, Aries charges ahead and makes it happen. This is a duo that thrives on adrenaline and innovation. They can brainstorm at sunrise and have a prototype by sunset. Their energy together is magnetic. Aries admires Aquarius's intellect and originality, while Aquarius respects Aries's fearlessness and initiative. There's an almost electric chemistry between them. Ideas flow rapidly, decisions are made instinctively, and progress feels inevitable. In meetings, they're the ones leading the charge, radiating excitement that infects everyone around them. However, their dynamic isn't without friction. Aries can grow impatient with Aquarius's deliberation, while Aquarius may find Aries impulsive. Yet, this tension often fuels growth rather than conflict. Aries teaches Aquarius the value of immediate action. Aquarius teaches Aries the value of long-term vision. They balance each other, passion meeting precision, speed meeting strategy. In business, they excel at launching startups, innovating new products, and breaking into uncharted markets. They're not followers, they're trailblazers. Aries wants to win, Aquarius wants to change the game. When these two intentions align, they create revolutions. Think of them as the architects and the pioneers of tomorrow's industries. Their combined force is pure momentum. Aries keeps the flame burning when the path gets difficult, while Aquarius reimagines the direction whenever stagnation threatens. Together, they don't just adapt to change, they cause it. Across all these partnerships, Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius, Aries, a pattern emerges. Aquarius doesn't seek followers, they seek co-creators. Their best partnerships are not about hierarchy but harmony, not about domination but co-evolution. These alliances thrive because they're built on shared respect for independence and a mutual desire to make something bigger than either partner could achieve alone. Challenging signs and business friction zones. Even the most visionary sign in the zodiac can face turbulence when paired with energies that operate on a completely different wavelength. Aquarius, ever the futuristic thinker, loves collaboration, but not all cosmic pairings align easily with their unconventional rhythm. While they thrive on freedom, experimentation, and grand visions, some signs prefer structure, predictability, or emotional depth that Aquarius doesn't always naturally express. These differences can lead to creative tension, and sometimes, full-on business gridlock. But in the world of Aquarius, friction isn't failure, it's data. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to understand human nature on a deeper level. Taurus. If Aquarius is the storm of innovation, Taurus is the mountain of tradition, steady, grounded, and immovable. These two signs operate on entirely different speeds. Taurus, ruled by Venus, values stability, security, and tangible progress. They want to see the results, the numbers, the profits, the structure. Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, is driven by ideas, evolution, and experimentation. They crave disruption. To Taurus, Aquarius can feel like a whirlwind of change, always dreaming, never settling. To Aquarius, Taurus can seem like an anchor that refuses to lift, chained to outdated systems. In business, this friction shows up fast. Taurus wants predictability, Aquarius wants potential. Taurus builds systems to protect what already exists. Aquarius builds blueprints for what doesn't exist yet. During meetings, Taurus might insist on a detailed plan and a guaranteed ROI, while Aquarius is sketching out radical innovations on a whiteboard, saying, "Trust me, it'll change everything." Yet, beneath this cosmic clash lies a paradoxical potential. Taurus can teach Aquarius the discipline of follow-through, the beauty of grounding ideas in reality. Meanwhile, Aquarius can teach Taurus the value of risk, reminding them that progress often comes from stepping outside comfort zones. If they can learn to respect each other's pace, their differences can form the perfect balance between vision and execution. Taurus ensures that Aquarius's ideas take root. Aquarius ensures that Taurus's roots don't become a cage. The key? Patience. Taurus must learn to let go of rigid timelines, and Aquarius must remember that even the future needs a solid foundation. When they sync, this partnership can build empires that are both stable and revolutionary, innovation that lasts. Scorpio. When Aquarius meets Scorpio, the air crackles with intensity, and sometimes tension. Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, is private, strategic, and emotionally powerful. They see the world through the lens of control, transformation, and depth. Aquarius, by contrast, operates through logic, detachment, and intellectual freedom. To Scorpio, Aquarius may seem cold, evasive, or even naive about the darker realities of human nature. To Aquarius, Scorpio can appear secretive, manipulative, and too obsessed with power dynamics. In a business partnership, these contrasts can either breed brilliance or chaos. Scorpio craves loyalty and emotional truth. Aquarius seeks independence and transparency. Scorpio moves in silence, planning 10 steps ahead. Aquarius moves in lightning strikes of innovation. They can frustrate each other endlessly. Scorpio's intensity can feel suffocating to Aquarius, who values autonomy above all else. Meanwhile, Aquarius's unpredictable shifts and social openness can trigger Scorpio's possessive instincts. However, when mutual respect is established, this pairing becomes magnetic. Scorpio's emotional intelligence gives depth to Aquarius's ideas. They can transform Aquarius's futuristic visions into something psychologically profound and culturally impactful. Aquarius, on the other hand, helps Scorpio detach from emotional storms and see the strategic big picture. They make Scorpio's power more objective, and Scorpio makes Aquarius's intellect more human. Their shared gift? Both are agents of transformation. Scorpio wants to reinvent from within. Aquarius wants to revolutionize from without. Together, they can reshape industries, if they can keep ego and control issues in check. But that's the challenge. Scorpio must trust Aquarius's openness, and Aquarius must honor Scorpio's need for privacy. If they find equilibrium, they become a powerhouse of rebirth and reinvention, a team that brings both depth and disruption. Cancer. This pairing is a lesson in emotional translation. Cancer, ruled by the moon, leads with feeling, intuition, care, and sensitivity. Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, leads with thought, logic, innovation, and objectivity. It's water meeting air. One wants to flow, the other wants to rise. Cancer builds through nurturing relationships, emotional bonds, and shared values. Aquarius builds through ideas, systems, and social vision. In a business setting, this difference can lead to profound misunderstanding. Cancer might interpret Aquarius's detachment as coldness or indifference. They might feel unseen when Aquarius becomes absorbed in abstract concepts or technological pursuits. Meanwhile, Aquarius might see Cancer's emotional approach as overly sentimental, irrational, or resistant to change. They're not speaking different languages, they're speaking from different planets. Cancer thrives on emotional security. Aquarius thrives on creative freedom. When working on a shared project, Cancer may prioritize harmony and emotional well-being in the team, while Aquarius focuses solely on innovation and efficiency. This can lead to moments where Cancer feels emotionally drained by Aquarius's intensity, and Aquarius feels slowed down by Cancer's need for reassurance. Yet, beneath their differences lies a hidden potential. Cancer has the heart that Aquarius sometimes forgets to access. They can humanize Aquarius's futuristic ideas, grounding them in empathy and emotional relevance. Aquarius can teach Cancer how to detach just enough to make tough decisions without emotional burnout. Together, they can create businesses that balance innovation with compassion, technology that heals, systems that nurture, ideas that care. The secret to success here is emotional transparency. Aquarius must learn to express their intentions clearly and show appreciation for Cancer's emotional labor. Cancer must learn to trust that Aquarius's calm exterior doesn't mean a lack of feeling, it's just a different way of processing. When both sides adapt, they can create something revolutionary, progress that feels human. Virgo. At first glance, Virgo and Aquarius seem compatible. Both are analytical, intellectual, and driven by improvement. But look closer, and you'll see the fundamental difference. Virgo improves what is, while Aquarius imagines what could be. Virgo, ruled by Mercury, is grounded in precision, logic, and practicality. Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, thrives in chaos, innovation, and disruption. Virgo likes structure, Aquarius likes freedom. Virgo trusts tested methods, Aquarius questions everything. In meetings, Virgo might meticulously check every number, system, and plan, while Aquarius leaps 10 years into the future, sketching out a vision no one else can yet see. Virgo can find this frustrating. We need to finish this project before we start 5 new ones. Aquarius, meanwhile, might see Virgo's caution as limitation. Why are we wasting time on what's already known? Yet, when these two manage to align, the combination is magic. Virgo's attention to detail ensures Aquarius's grand designs don't collapse under impracticality. Aquarius's innovation keeps Virgo from getting lost in perfectionism. Virgo grounds Aquarius. Aquarius liberates Virgo. Together, they build systems that are both visionary and functional, innovation with precision. Still, this balance requires patience. Virgo must learn to tolerate Aquarius's unpredictability and abstract leaps of logic. Aquarius must learn to appreciate Virgo's process and the quiet brilliance of incremental improvement. If they can overcome their frustration with each other's styles, they'll find that they share the same goal, progress. They just walk different paths toward it. The shadow side, when idealism turns into isolation. Every light casts a shadow, and for Aquarius, the Zodiac's visionary rebel, that shadow can be deceptively quiet. It doesn't arrive with drama or destruction, it seeps in like fog. It begins when their noble independence turns into distance, when their idealism hardens into perfectionism, when their devotion to humanity makes them forget the humans right in front of them. What starts as a strength, innovation, originality, intellect, can morph into an invisible barrier that separates them from the world they're trying to change. Aquarius thrives on ideas. They breathe them, dream them, chase them across decades and dimensions. They're wired to think about the future, to imagine systems that could make life fairer, smarter, freer. But that mental altitude can come at a cost. The higher they fly, the smaller everything else appears. What they see as vision, others may see as distance. While they're trying to improve the collective, individuals, employees, colleagues, partners, may start to feel unseen or unheard. Aquarius rarely intends this. Their detachment is often misread. In truth, they care deeply, but they express it through ideas instead of emotion, progress instead of sentiment. This paradox defines their shadow. They fight for humanity but sometimes forget to be human. Their logic tells them that emotion clouds judgment, so they build intellectual armor, rational, efficient, unstoppable. But too much detachment turns that armor into a wall. Suddenly, they find themselves leading a team that admires them but doesn't connect with them, surrounded by people who execute their vision but don't feel part of it. In business, this manifests subtly at first. Aquarius becomes so focused on the mission, the product, the innovation, the impact, that emotional maintenance falls by the wayside. They stop checking in on their team's morale, assuming everyone shares their self-sustaining drive. They might cancel social meetings to chase a new idea or isolate themselves to perfect a system that's already brilliant. Slowly, people stop knocking on their door. Conversations become one-sided. The visionary becomes the lone figure in the glass tower, illuminated by screens but untouched by warmth. Their independence, once their greatest asset, begins to suffocate them. They start to feel misunderstood, even resented. Why don't they see what I'm trying to do? They wonder. Why can't they keep up? But what's missing isn't intellect, it's empathy. People don't follow a vision because it's logical, they follow it because it feels right. When Aquarius forgets that, their genius loses gravity. This isolation doesn't always look dramatic. It's quiet, efficient, even productive. They'll keep working, keep innovating, keep pushing boundaries, but the spark of connection fades. Meetings feel mechanical. Collaborations lose chemistry, even success feels strangely hollow. Because for Aquarius, fulfillment has always come from evolution, yet true evolution requires connection. Without it, progress becomes an echo chamber of the self. At its worst, the Aquarian shadow leads to burnout, the cruel irony of a mind that can imagine utopia but forgets to rest. They might find themselves awake at 3 a.m., surrounded by unfinished prototypes, unanswered emails, and the haunting question, why does changing the world feel so lonely? Their thoughts spiral between hope and detachment. They believe they must do it all alone because no one else will understand. It's not arrogance, it's alienation. Their idealism, too, can turn on them. Aquarius believes deeply in the potential for collective betterment, but when reality falls short, when people act selfishly, when systems resist reform, they can spiral into cynicism. Disappointment hardens into detachment. They may withdraw, telling themselves they're just being rational, but what they're really doing is protecting themselves from pain. They begin to trust ideas more than people, systems more than relationships. And yet, every revolution, even the ones Aquarius dreams of, needs both. Here's where the healing begins: grounding. Aquarius doesn't need to abandon their ideals, they just need to remember that progress without compassion is an empty victory. They must descend from the clouds of abstraction and reconnect with the pulse of life, the laughter in the office, the uncertainty of their team, the messy beauty of human imperfection. Because while technology and ideas may drive evolution, emotion sustains it. The greatest Aquarian leaders, the ones history remembers, are those who learn to merge intellect with empathy. They don't just predict the future, they inspire people to build it with them. They know that connection isn't a distraction from the mission, it's the foundation of it. When Aquarius listens, when they open the door to vulnerability, they discover that empathy isn't a weakness, it's a power source. It humanizes their vision, grounds their genius, and transforms innovation into impact. They must learn to pause, to look around at the people who believe in them and realize that leadership isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about making everyone else feel that their intelligence matters too. The Aquarian gift isn't just foresight, it's the ability to connect disparate minds and unify them under a shared dream. When they forget that, their brilliance turns cold. When they remember, it becomes radiant. Sometimes the antidote is as simple as presence. A moment of gratitude, a genuine question asked without agenda. A reminder that the big picture is built from thousands of small human moments stitched together by trust and compassion. Aquarius must reteach themselves that logic and emotion are not rivals, they are partners in evolution. If Aquarius can learn to stay open, to allow themselves to feel, to listen, to engage, their isolation transforms into influence. They become the rare leader who can both innovate and inspire. Their ideas no longer orbit above people, they land within them. They stop designing futures for humanity and start building them with humanity. That's when their genius becomes legacy. When Aquarius merges their sharp intellect with the softness of empathy, they become unstoppable. They lead revolutions that don't just reshape industries but heal them. They create workplaces that feel like laboratories for both progress and belonging. They remind everyone, including themselves, that the future isn't just about technology or transformation. It's about connection. In the end, Aquarius's shadow is not a flaw, it's a threshold. A reminder that the mind alone can build systems, but only the heart can sustain them. When they integrate both, they evolve from visionary to luminary, a leader who not only predicts the next era of business but defines it. Their true genius lies not in isolation, but in illumination, the kind that lights the way for everyone else to follow. In conclusion, Aquarius is the storm and the calm, the mind and the mission. They are the entrepreneurs who ask, what if we could make the world better through business, and then actually go out and do it? Their power lies not in following trends but in creating them, not in chasing profits but in building legacies that outlive balance sheets. So, if you ever meet an Aquarius in business, don't try to change them. Just watch closely, you might be looking at the blueprint of tomorrow.